What Meskula does on the other side, on the backend side, definitely helps generate the incoming leads. And I got 2 listings out of it already signed.
Thank you so much, Kyle, for your time. And as for myself, Victor here, Client Success Manager with Meskula. I've been working directly with Kyle, let's say, for almost 3 months now. And he's in a tough market, I'll tell you this, because California, another market here in the States, it's definitely hard to penetrate. But yet, I personally say this, don't let that influence your outcome, right? And we know that successful agents overcome those obstacles. And I think you've done that so well over this last 3 months. You have been going after leads, and so and also whenever you have been after leads, whenever you are with the lead, you question what else is there to do with that lead. How can I expand my business with that lead? And so I think it's great to point out, because you take advantage of the present moment. And so I want to go ahead and do this little I guess podcast experience, little interview going on here with Kyle. And I just wanted to go ahead and ask some questions, Kyle, if I may. Before anything though, I mean, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, where you're from, where do you specialize in, and how long you've been in the game, and I mean, just that.
Yeah, so my name is Kyle Yaros. I've been only in business about a year and a half now, pretty new to it. My experience has been great with Meskula. I've actually done another company before, just like them. It had horrible results, I'll say that, but no disrespect to them, but it wasn't good. But coming over to Meskula, man, it's definitely seen the results by far better than the other one. So just like the coaching that they do, the mentorship, like Victor, you've been talking, and how to address when they come in, and how to talk to the leads and stuff, and getting after those leads, and communicating them on a personal level helps a lot. So I think that's the biggest key, is having those coaching calls, having those support and the objections that other people are doing in the group has been helping me out as well too. And what Meskula does on the other side, on the back end side, definitely helps generate the incoming leads. And I got 2 listings out of it already signed. We have 1 active. Yep. And one's coming on the market in December of this year, 2024. So 1 month to go, and those are really good price points. So yeah, it's been working. And then I have about 3 to 4 right now in the pipeline. People just kind of waiting for the situations to clear up, because they have a couple things going on. But I have 4, basically. I would say 4. Other potential listings coming from this. Is just kind of working them, nurturing them, and getting them to that point. Yeah,
that's crazy good news, man. You mentioned you said a lot of things, and thank you for that. But just lingering a little bit about the outcome right now so far. You just 2 to 3 months in, you have 2 listings going on, and then you have other people that you're nurturing. So imagine you're with for 6 months, right? Obviously, this is great to point out that you still have a second half going on, and I just imagine what the second half is going to look like if this initial first half, getting acquainted, right, learning the process and meeting, coaches and one-on-ones. Obviously, it's also a learning experience, right? It's a learning curve. And still, with that learning curve, you still are able to get this much out of it so far. So that's great, man. So we're definitely looking for a promising year for sure. Now, you mentioned you were working with another lead gen company. Now, after that lead gen company, what led you to look for another solution, or just a solution like Meskula?
So when I stopped that, I just knew for a fact, like, okay, well, it works. I knew it works because I had some leads come in, right? But just the quality of the leads, I think that's the one that I was aiming for. And then just talking with you guys and Meskula and everybody on the team, value of the leads, or the leads quality it succeeds the other company, right? Because I would get a lot of just not really quality leads. I know there's some quality leads that you're there, but it really are, people are looking and people are wanting to sell, or these are actually homeowners or people that are interested, So I think that's why I wanted to reach out to you guys after the other companies, because I knew it worked. I just wanted to see who can get, or where are those quality leads going to be coming. I know they could come in, right? So and then just investing in my business. I think that's the biggest one too, is like you have to invest a little bit to get some back. And that's where I wanted to, hey, like, I know it works. Let's try to find somebody that's interviewed another company. I took a couple months off, almost a few months off actually from doing it. But then I needed to reinvest, just to gain that back. So I took a leap of faith. I'm one that, like, I like to invest in my money into making money. So, I went for it, and then yeah, it exceeded all expectations that I have. Because I was really skeptical, right? Because I've already had that bad experience. I didn't want to take that into here, but I knew it worked. I just needed to get in front of those people that call, right? And sure enough, 2 listings later, a couple listings in nurturing right now. So yeah, that's the reason why I went for Meskula, because of the guarantee, basically, of like the leads are what you guys say they are. So they're
You
great.
know what? And sure, we can say all this about Meskula, like wearing the
Yeah.
T-shirt, and but I'm gonna really rely on Meskula. I think what happened is initially you came in with the right mindset. You
Yeah.
right now you said a lot of things that just made me think of like a person who comes in with the wrong mindset. Who cares if the leads are ready to go? If the
Yeah.
mindset is not right, you're not going to convert anything. But then again, even if the odds are against us, right, whatever those odds may be, and if you have the right mindset, like you mentioned, which is key, I
Yeah.
invest in my own business. I invest in my money because I know it. I need to invest. And so that
Yes.
word invest is like a broad term. Like you invest time, you
You're
invest
right.
calling, texting, and you invest all this and all that. So you're ready to
Yeah.
do that. So I give you props for that.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. I'm that type of person. Like, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna work, hard for any job that I had. So yeah, you gotta work. You gotta work the investment. You can't just let it be there. You can't have the wrong mindset, because then that's just gonna deter you from what you're gonna do. So definitely the mindset's key for sure.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
great, man. And tell me a little bit about the initial process. Like, okay, you
Mhm.
mentioned that you were skeptical. Okay, and now you took
Yeah.
a leap of faith. Now you are where
Yeah.
you are. I mean, you mentioned the coaching sessions and all that. But what do you think got you to the next level, like throughout this process, that you can say, man, I was able to get this from the school and implement it to get to get to the next step.
Very key point that I found was during one of our big coaching calls is basically having a personal conversation. That's pretty much it. Like, having these natural conversations and digging into why they're
Mm.
inquiring. I think that's the biggest key factor that I took, and I kept repeating it and kept trying it over and over with other clients, and then I know now how to navigate through that towards a new client, and then that are following up. It's just how you conversate and how you direct the conversation, right? And just letting it be naturally. Like, somebody doesn't, like, I think we talked about it a while back too in our coaching calls, is they inquired for a reason, whether it be right now or 2 months, 6 months, a year from now, 2 years from now. No one just wants to know the value of their house because they just want to know. And yeah, you'll get some of those people, but you want to go and offer your service and why they are inquiring, and really digging deep, and getting down to that root cause on a personal level. I think that's one of the key factors that I noticed throughout all of the coaching calls, that we've had in the group calls, is just really personalizing it and just naturalizing it.
Wow, I think that's key, and I think that
Yes.
says a lot, because we understand that we're talking to strangers, and these people are opting for a reason. But just because they opt in for whatever reason that may be, doesn't mean that right off the bat, when they get on the phone with you, it's going to be daisies and flowers and just a one
Hmm.
beautiful walk on
Yeah.
the beach. But it's going to require for you to build that relationship, like you mentioning, which is
Right.
essential. And that's what you took from one-on-ones. That's what you took from the coaching sessions. That I
Yes.
need to understand that I'm talking to people and that I need to provide value. So,
Yeah.
so that's
Exactly.
not a lot of people. Not a lot of people make that. Not a lot
Yeah.
of people do that. You'll be shocked to know, Kyle.
Yeah, I know, and it just clicked for me because we don't want to come off salesy, right? And then it it does come off salesy, right? So how do we make that transition from just being there, answering their question, or asking questions so we can, they can have their questions answered, or whatever's on their mind. I think that making that
Yeah.
switch is definitely helped me for sure.
Wow.
And
Has there been any changes? Not just I'm sure you got value from Meskula, but anything that Meskula did for you, for your business, for the way that you talk to people now, or you carry yourself, like does it come off to like, oh, do you remember like, oh, I learned this from Meskula, now I'm applying it elsewhere, for example?
oh yeah, yeah, definitely, just what we just talked about. And then I know we talked about it too in our coaching calls, is that this is not a sales call. This is actually just a call just to gather information. And you inquired, so I'm just here to help you on what you inquired about, right? I think those talking points, right? Because between you and I, our coaching calls on what I'm going through, we discuss what I can do to change it, and then going into the group calls, um, that's where we can understand what other people are dealing with, right? And kind of use it in our business or our talking points when we talk to them, like, oh, I didn't think about that, or oh, that's actually a good point. I should use that.
Mm.
So yeah, it's just what I've gotten from Meskula is talking. You know what I mean, and how to communicate. The communication, it's definitely helps out a lot. Being in those coaching calls or in doing the one-on-ones with yourself or any other one coaching helps you to dissect problem and how to overcome that objection, or how to come over those stalemates where you're just not getting through to the lead and they're just rushing you off the phone, or they're just hanging up on you, or things like that, right? I think that's the biggest thing, is giving you the information, and then asking the group what's
Mm.
helped them, and then what's worked best for them, that's helped out.
I love that you were able to get one of the most, or top three, if not the top one, which is communication.
Yeah,
Communication, and we always say this: communication is key, especially with people that you don't know. So
yeah.
great on that. Now, last question here, just to close off. What would you
Mhm.
say, I guess, if you happen to come across another agent, or just anybody else, other agents considering working with Meskula?
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, if you really want to, like I said, invest in your business, and you are not afraid to take risk, and you're okay with investing your money into getting leads, right? What There's plenty of ways you can do it, but I feel like if you have the right mindset and you go with an open mind, I think this is good. It's good for any other agent that would want to invest, and jump on board with Meskula. I actually had an agent in the office. She actually reached out to me because she wanted to know, like, what am I doing with these two listings? I actually got them within the same week. So I got two
Mm.
listings in 1 week, listings that I mentioned. Um, so they were wondering, this one agent, she was wondering where I was getting, I got them, and I talked to her about it. And, she wanted to know more information and stuff. However, she was a little hesitant because of the investment part of it. But for me, I think that's the biggest thing, is like, if you're really wanting to try to level up your business or generate more for your business, I think it's great. It's definitely great. So
Yeah,
I would definitely recommend it for sure.
recommend it. Great, and thank you for
Yeah.
that. And this is
Yeah.
not a commercial, but just go ahead and tell that agent to get in contact with us. We have different plans now accessible. We've made ourselves more accessible because we
Oh, perfect.
understand
Okay.
financial challenges or burdens. But okay, awesome. Well, listen, brother, 2 months, or if not three right now, can't think of the top of my head. Two
Yeah.
listings. You have another 3, 4 people that you're nurturing.
Yeah.
We're closing the year extra hard with follow-ups and doing what we're supposed to, so that
Yes.
this spring
Oh
or
yeah.
next, man, it's gonna look crazy, dude. It's gonna look
Yeah.
outrageous. So, the reason that I say this is just stay in touch, guys. Stay tuned. I'm gonna
Yeah.
record a second one maybe in 2 months or so. Don't be shocked if you know that Zach. I'm sorry, not Zach. Kyle just got his a fourth listing now. So
Yeah,
just want
yeah.
to go ahead and put it out there now.
I'm shooting for it. Yeah, we'll come back
Let's go,
next
man.
time. Next episode. Well, next time I'm definitely shooting for 4 coming up. So yeah, hopefully some good news.
Yeah, I'm not doubting for sure. That's for sure. I'm not doubting. Let's go, man. Well, look, thank you guys.